Hello everyone, this is the Mad Salvi letting you know that unless things are proven with Twitter posts and stuff like that and have actual proof behind it, treat everything in this thing as a theory. I will try to mark certain things as news and theory and everything like that to kind of let you guys understand, but also, you know, use a critical mind. And I hope you do enjoy. This is a pretty big thing. It is huge when it comes to legal things. Sending a cease and desist letter is the first, from what I understand, the first warning shot that a large corporation will send you in regards to, they're saying, if you don't comply with the cease and desist, if you don't comply with this legal order here, basically it's a request to take down certain things. It's a request to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing. The cease and desist will have information. It will have all the stuff there for you to know exactly what's going on. And it says, I was served a cease and desist from any color, ink, and paper. I fully intend to comply with it as I have until now, and will continue into the future. This is all I will share on Twitter, of course, because, you know, they don't want to go too far. Good job, Nijisanji. You successfully put this back in the public eye when it had mostly died off, everyone but 4chan. I don't think I've ever seen a company so consistently make the wrong PR decisions. Excellent example of the Streisand effect. The Streisand effect, of course, being that phenomenon in which an attempt to censor, hide, or otherwise draw attention away from something only serves to attract more attention to it. It came from American singer Barbra Streisand's lawsuit against a photographer in 2003, which drew attention to the photo she was suing to have taken down off the internet. Basically, she drew more attention to it by trying to get it taken down. That is absolutely something that is going to happen. Her claims are true. Yeah, if they do this, it usually means the claims are true and they want it taken down. What a nice play, Black Color, confirming it for us. I wish it could be a fly on the wall when Kurosanji makes these decisions because they're so bafflingly wrong that I legit think they use academic examples for how to wildly F your own PR. It means we can clown on Vox for lying about there's no favoritism in Nijisanji when Luca broke NDA. The contact wasn't punished. Meanwhile, Saya and Doki were terminated for less. So they're trying to gag everybody. Yes, expect the sub to hit. It gets hit at some point. It might. Not only can they not do much about this, they would have some serious difficulty trying to press the matter in court since they don't have an office in North America. So they're literally confirmed their claims for no effing reason. People that already moved on from the Raziel document, outside of like 4chan, nobody's talking about it anymore, and now you've given them a reason to talk about it again. Because you remember, the Raziel document had a lot of proof of things that Luca was doing, the fact that Luca doxed with the faces of Vox and others, the fact that Raziel did a lot of work for Luca without getting paid, a lot of the things that Luca was doing like in Minecraft and the signature and other things like that, she did it for him. All that type of stuff is going to come back into the open. Everyone's going to be talking about it. A cease and desist for what? Isn't Raziel American? Defamation doesn't work in the US like it does in Japan. They don't have a leg to stand on. It's a scare tactic. It's absolutely a scare tactic. Bankrupting people to be repeatedly dragging them through the courts is very much strategy that works in the US. And of course, this is another one of other people saying, to be expected after they destroyed everyone on the home front reporting it. Channels and websites have been completely destroyed. In Japan, they've taken down pretty much everyone that's been talking about Nijisanji. So of course, they're going to start going after other ones. And if they come after me, I'm going to have my lawyer look at it. Of course, I'm going to have a lawyer and I'm going to have a lawyer look at it, see if it even has any standing based on the fact that I am a journalist, or at least I try to become kind of journalistic integrity and have, you know, reporting being equal, showing proof, showing evidence, showing facts, showing the things that I can show, and everything that isn't a fact or evidence or anything like that, I put it as a rumor. So I don't think it's going to run over here in the United States. It doesn't have any standing. Here's proof that they were actually served it. They didn't actually show, you know, actual proof there. But here is what cease and desist is, a small guide in the law, because I want you guys to understand what it fully is. It says a cease and desist is a letter that's an effective means of protecting one's rights, affording potential legal action, preventing continued harm from being done, and serving as a warning to swiftly stop one's misconduct. Post offers a guidance to that. Key takeaway. A cease and desist letter is a forceful and formal request to discontinue an activity with the potential for legal action. So they want her to stop, you know, spreading the stuff that she was spreading because they're going to go legally after them if that happens. It must include key components such as identification of the issue, evidence to support the claims, consequences, and a legal basis for demands. A cease and desist letter must be carefully crafted for the best chance of a successful outcome, and ignoring a cease and desist may result in the other side pursuing a lawsuit or injunction against the recipient. So if you go to a lawyer, the lawyer's like, this is a good cease and desist, it is actually active, the actions that you took because of the proof you've shown me are worthy of the cease and desist, you should probably stop this. If you go and have a lawyer tell you this, then that is when you run into, you have to stop it. It's a formal document, primary purpose of letting the recipient, in this case Raziel, halt activities that are perceived as being bad, indicating potential escalation to legal claims, such as lawsuit or case seeking an injunction. It does not itself have legal power, so it is just basically a request. It still plays a pivotal role in addressing a wide array of issues. Basically, it's that it goes for trademark infringement, defamation, non-competes, contract violations. They may be doing cease and desist based on contract violations in case if she went against an NDA or something like that. That may be what they're trying to do instead of it being defamation. And that's why it would be harder for them to face someone like me. It would be harder for them to go against someone like me because they don't have a leg to stand on defamation. They don't have a leg to stand on all these things as far as I've heard. It is an indispensable tool for individuals and businesses to safeguard their legal rights. Further, responding thoughtfully and appropriately to a cease and desist letter is crucial, even when claims seem unfounded. Ignoring or responding unthoughtfully to a cease and desist letter sets a tone. Like, basically, you have to respond in the correct way. That's why it's good to get a lawyer to respond to this. If a recipient chooses to act adversely or ignore the letter, they may not only exacerbate the situation, but a court may see it as, something worth even just to go against you in the cease and desist, I think. In navigating these complex legal situations, seeking advice from a lawyer is good. It's advisable. It's better to do that. Proactive and informed approach can prove instrumental. The purpose, of course, is basically a warning in writing. Key components of drafting a cease and desist letter is ensuring that the language is clear, concise, and legally sound. That's why it probably won't work with Nijisanji. I don't think they have any legally sound stuff ever. Clearly stating the alleged infringements, providing specific details, and citing applicable laws. Of course, the tone is very important, but also retain an employee. And this is what happened to them, and I hope that they get an employee before they even try to do anything. Before they even try to remove anything, delete anything, private anything, get an attorney first, of course. This is a video of Twisty going through, the things that they're going through. But right now, they have something that mentioned them going and talking to Riku, so let's take a look.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? When we were in Japan and we were meeting Mr. Riku Tazumi-san,
Him, yeah.
I was wearing like a Kuromi sweater that I got from Doki the night before. And he looked at me like straight in the eyes.
The edits are great.
And he looks at you so intently, and it's kind of scary.
Yes.
Because he's like very obviously like listening to everything you're saying, and as someone with like really bad anxiety, that's like my worst fear. Because he's like looking in the eyes, he's nodding his head, he's smiling, like he's very intently listening and like replying, right? And I'm like, oh man, this is horrifying. I'm scared. I'm really scared. But
for other reasons.
He looked at my sweater and he looked at me and he was like, oh, you like Kuromi? And I was like, yeah.
Oh god, no. Come pick me up, I'm scared.
Wait. Can he speak English? Yeah, he speaks some English. I think he understands more than he can speak. I think he said maybe like he understood majority of what we were saying, if I remember correctly. But yeah. Yeah, he looks straight in your eyes. It's really scary. It's really scary.
Goodness gracious, Saint Ignatius. Yes, just him being there is probably very scary for themselves. Run, yes. Low quality video has too many forced edit jokes. Obviously doesn't look like Riku, but doesn't like Riku, but isn't taking the liver's words, just demonstrate that it's more about the liver's own anxiety. Like in this case, it wasn't being scared of Riku. This person has a very good point here. It wasn't actually being scared of Riku. It was being scared just because they have social anxiety, not having anything to do with Riku. A lot of times when someone has social anxiety, just being looked in the eyes can make you kind of feel like, oh my god, like a lot of pressure. So yeah, it's a typical stream talk topic to fill in betweens and playing a game. Edits done were not great or really adds anything. It just kind of, they try to make it fun of the whole situation. It's not adding any context or anything like that. But of course, it is about the fact that Riku, well, if he was staring intently and if he was listening intently, then great. That's a good move forward. That's a good thing that he has. But yeah, it could definitely, this is more of it being the social anxiety of the person. This is more on the acrylic stands or whatever it is that they're going to be selling. They now have everybody connected as far as I know. The Vox got Chicago Bulls. The Bucks have Uki Violeta. The Cavaliers have Fua Minato. Luca has the Indiana Pacers. Detroit Pistons have Kanae. The Denver Nuggets have Yuki Wilson. Utah Jazz have Sonny Briscoe. Timberwolves, I believe, is Lyra Pandora. Portland Trailblazers is Kotoka. And Vermilion have Thunder so far. This is what they've shown, at least. Of course, Uki gets a team. We're one of the whitest states in America. It's cathartic. It's a real shame the Buck fans find out. Can literally see the remaining balance fans of NBA, at least some of them face palming this. Gotoka hasn't streamed, but she's in the merch. Truly, they made her the version of Yuzuki Roa. Disappeared, but her merch is still sold 3 years later regardless. And I'm not a fan of Nijisanji anymore, but I'm a basketball fan and seeing this giving me secondhand embarrassment. Yeah, a lot of people are getting secondhand embarrassment. And here they have, you know, Nijisanji, an official, pushing this through. And of course, I'm going to make sure to show it to you. This is Nijisanji EN official, as you can see here. You have what they've shown here, which is what's shown perfectly here. Both of them together, and that's the only ones that are shown. It is actually on their Twitter, just as proof, because I always like showing a bit of proof, because, you know, anyone can make up the stuff that gets made up. Let's see, Niji merch seems to be half-assed, but something about the total nonsensical pairing with the NBA makes it even weirder. It doesn't make sense that they would go with the NBA, other than just to get more money. Not even wearing uniforms, this sucks. Can't spell Milwaukee without the Uki. God dang, Timberwolves don't need Illira this bad. The bad juju of Illira is going to rub off. Some people are saying, of course, a lot of Nijisanji hate over here. Sell, 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 sell. In Parrot's voice, because that's the best voice of YouTube and everything. So this is a sad thing, because Doki Bird never got to say goodbye to Mint, because of course she was unceremoniously and very quickly terminated. She only found out when she woke up to the whole thing. And that is never right. That is never a good thing. That was something that I really disliked. I honestly disliked. And we have her saying, you know, that not being able to say goodbye. Shy and didn't want to make Doki uncomfortable. Doki scared and didn't want to bother intrude. Two Oshis are both bottoms. That's a joke. And so I'm so glad Mint made the first move and followed Doki on Twitter, as I, you know, put out yesterday in my video with Mint saying, you know, I took it from the actual stream where she said she didn't want to make Doki uncomfortable, so she didn't reach out, but finally she ended up reaching out. She was the first one to do it because she wanted to talk to her an old friend. This whole reunion wouldn't have happened without her, because Doki was scared and uncertain they were still friends after everything that happened. Also, Doki should give that stuff to hers, you know, the staff of hers a raise. Staff played wingman in this one. Meanwhile, both have someone to drag them down out of the shell. Mint has tossed her into social situation Matara. Doki has an unnamed management staff. And here's what we're going to cover.
Alright, the thing that everybody wants to know. Basically, what happened was that Min and I ended up talking for 4+ hours. And
yeah, they did. Mint mentioned that
I
too.
lost track of time. We ended up just like catching up and talking. I know this is the story that everybody wants to hear. A lot of you guys are wondering, like, was Mint a last-minute addition? Yes, she is. Like, I saw like what Mint said, so like I wanted to like make sure like say like what she said already and add a little bit of info behind the scenes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous now. We only recently were able to talk again. She was the one that initiated first, and I really appreciate that, because I think I told her, I was like, if she never initiated, I don't think we would have ever talked, because I was never going to initiate first.
Well, yeah.
She was the one reached out first by following me on Twitter. From there,
yep, she did follow.
Back. My management team noticed we were following each other again. One of my staff members actually sent an email out, and then like we connected back from there.
Chad staff member, seriously, Chad staff member in this one.
We talked a lot after WrestleTuber for an hour, like, you know, just chatting and reconnecting and everything. That was really nice. It was very, I guess, like therapeutic to say, to be able to talk to her again, because I know like there was a lot of questions regarding this. I never got a chance to say goodbye, so like that's why I never reached out to her, because I didn't know where I was at for a lot of things. So like I didn't want to like intrude, or like I didn't know where I was for it. That's why I told her, I was like, if you never initiated, I would have never like tried anything.
Damn.
Because it was more so of like I was scared. I just didn't know where I was at. That's why I really appreciate that she like took the first step. Was Matara also last minute? Yes, she was last minute as well. I asked Mint after the first day was over, you want to fight Matara? Does Matara want to join? And Matara said that she was down, even though like, you know, she was on vacation. She would love to be part of the Mint versus Matara fight, the hag fight.
That is really good. That is just really good. That is really good overall, because it's unfortunate that because of the way Nijisanji is, because of the way Nijisanji makes their livers feel, that it is something that she would ever feel that she was not liked, that she would ever feel that Mint had a problem with her, that she would ever feel that she couldn't go out and say these things. It shows how negative Nijisanji can be. It's great, like this person said, it's good to see that they're still on good terms. It's great to see that they are on good terms. It's great to see that they talked for 4 hours. They caught up till very, very early in the morning. They had a good time in WrestleTuber, as it could be shown there. And you know, all these types of things are things that we as fans, we as VTuber enjoyers always want to see. I always want to see positivity happen with livers, whether they're from Nijisanji EN or otherwise, because every content creator deserves a chance to be happy and deserves a chance to have a good community. Michi gets 100k follows on Twitch for the X time. This appears to be maybe that there were some bot follows. This is what I'm getting from everything here. People are like, I was here for 100k, you know, 100k followers on Twitch, and then, you know, it goes 99,999. People are like, super wow 100k. Of course they're going to be, you know, they're going to be trying to troll her because they're pumping it up and down to 899k and then 100k, 99k, 100k. She says that she thought it was a bot follow before, like 100 to 100k, because she couldn't believe that she got to that point. I think that's still part of the Nijisanji curse, that I call it the Nijisanji curse, where they make you think you're unmarketable, where they make you think that you are not able to do anything without them, not able to do anything without Nijisanji. That's what a lot of people seem to have thought. Doki Bird thought she was unmarketable. A lot of other people thought that they weren't going to be able to fly without Nijisanji. You know, Matara thought that when she had left Hollywood, quote unquote, all that type of stuff. So this is one thing that hits hard for all these people, unfortunately. Michi's really motivated. She has a lot of collabs, and at least for me, she's always been streaming. She really deserves her success with all the work she's been putting into it. She absolutely does. I do agree with that. She deserves that success. And she's always been a hard worker. And she's going to continue to be a hard worker. And of course, I'm going to support her as well. In here, we're talking about Yagoo accelerating, because of course, Yagoo is going to be accelerating. Of course they are. Because Yagoo always accelerates. Yagoo does what he does best. Decelerate. In this case, he's accelerating to fandom and accelerating to stardom and accelerating to better, you know, income, but decelerating the whole, you know, creating new generations a lot more often. No. Q&A, anything to it, appears that cover intends to heavily slow down, not outright stop the release. They said that they're going to be focusing more on interest in each IP, basically making the IP stronger, the intellectual properties of each VTuber stronger, instead of making more VTubers. That was an indirect slight at AnyColor, because AnyColor has been doing basically the accelerate portion of the whole thing, where they pretty much do meat wave after meat wave after meat wave after meat wave. They've been slowing down at least a little bit recently, with the Noth and TTT being like 7 months apart, but they've been doing that. It's almost like they saw Riku's launching waves and are decided to do the exact opposite, and they're going to be fine, because they're still going to make money. And of course, this is the one that people are mentioning here, which is mentioning this part. With respect to VTuber portfolios, we realize that they're graduating from a phase of making an increase in revenue and profit by increasing the number of VTubers. Instead of that, we are considering expanding the scale of revenue from the whole business by expanding the degree of recognition per VTuber. So they're doing per VTuber recognition instead of doing like just accelerating like what freaking Riku's trying to do. Thing is, Cover had already slowed down the recruitment since 2021. They realized that they were understaffed and all the dramas happened. They couldn't do much for their talents. That's why they're in need of new staff first before debuting any talents. They're doing it the smart way. Reminder, based on their quarterly reports, Cover has about 20% more staff than Niji. Actually, really smart move. Reason I'm happy for Ollie now explaining these clips from here. Ollie reflects on being a part of Hololive. To hear Courage Ollie's Song of the Dead. Yeah, the first clip, I'm just going to mention it to you, was basically her not feeling that she can give much to Hololive, not feeling that she is much of a special person, that she's much to separate herself from everyone else. She's just a regular VTuber, she's just a regular person, and she doesn't have like extremely great singing voice, extremely great personality. She feels that everyone who knows Ollie knows that she's an amazing person, knows that she's an amazing streamer, and she does a lot of good stuff and has a lot of fun. But yeah, after the 5th fest, it was a crazy ride. Now she feels more successful. She feels more proud of herself. She feels more, you know, invigorated. It's good. They still said they're debuting multiple new units this year. They're slowing down, but they're not outright stopping because they can't. People like new things. But they're going to slow it down, which is very good. They're focusing inward, making merchandise more accessible, launching Holo Plus, their own social media platform, having their own media, manga games, supporting endorsing fan content, bailing the new 3 studio, you know, they're putting in the new 3D studio, also been upping their collab game across the board. It's going to be long before they won't be long before they're doing VTubing Corp. Some say that the moment is now. They've branched out. They're doing a media corporation. He seems to want to be going a little bit more towards the Disney side, where it's their media corporation versus a just VTubing organization. Here is the Market Watch report as of this person 12 hours ago. putting it 2154. They're dropping closer to 2000. The quarter 4 report is going to be not so great, I don't think. So it goes 2152, it goes up and down. Of course, it's going to do that. This is the 5-day report, which is very important. It's more important than the single day report. You saw that they had a dip and then they went back up and they're starting to go back down slowly. The 6-month report shows that they're going down this way. I like when people show this because, you know, this is the whole thing. These are the 5-day month. The year to date, they're down 30%. The 3-month, they're down 30%. And the whole year as a whole, 365 days, they're down 30%. Stop cherry picking data to push your agenda. At least show the data of recent 6. No, wait. Just realize it shows the data from freaking December. Closing 2128. Actually, today was as of 6 hours ago. Cover Corp, the yen is still down pretty bad at 157 Japanese yen to the dollar. So that is also a market factor, a big factor in this whole drop of everything. So it's just being objective, being, you know, out there saying everything. We look at cover shareholders Q&A. Some of the group shareholders on both any color and cover, so they throw a problem on both. Don't hang at any color board anymore. What happened to cover? Straight malicious. It's like cover is should give the stock 20% jump, prompting huge loss in stock shorter than Morgan Stanley. But yeah, it's probably because of the whole, you know, all the VTuber agencies kind of merging together when it comes to the investor mindset. This drags down cover. It's almost as a sabotage. They're not actively sabotaging, of course, but it does sabotage the cover corporation because of the fact it is another large VTuber org. Like I say, a lot of the large VTuber orgs are connected in the investment mindset. So if one is doing bad, it probably is gonna bode badly for the other one because people are gonna assume that the other one's gonna be doing bad as well. And yeah, of course, the obligatory sell. Some people are gonna be shorting. It's just investors are skittish when they see one thing go down, they try to sell other things. This is a small comparison that a person did here for the purpose of just taking a look at it from support perspective. The announcement of 3D of Advent, I had to do some checking on sub numbers and where they are because I don't really watch Holo. So Hololive Advent EN right now. Fumoko's 840, Nerissa is 692, Koseki Biju is 598, and Shiori Novella's 511. Nudity debuts slightly before TTT, but this reference point just lets them get visible here too. TTT subcounts, well, 104 in Kunai, Victoria 104, Claude 109, Kunai 75k. Not here to number shame anybody, but it's basically what this person is saying is that TTT is not being supported by Nijisanji, something that we all know. That Advent is heavily being supported. They're heavily being advertised. They're heavily being shown in everything they can. They do collabs. They do all these different things. When it seems like TTT, unfortunately, has been abandoned by Nijisanji. And I say unfortunately because, like I say, I always support the livers themselves. The creation of their content is something that Nijisanji doesn't have a hand in. They just try to create content to make things fun again, make things fun for their community, make things fun for themselves. You know, they're trying to have a good time, and it is unfortunate that TTT did not get supported in any of this. Very interesting about this, though, right now, Fomoko and Nerissa are lined up to hit 1 million subs. They probably are. Holo EN, Fomoko will probably hit 1 million subs very quickly. Probably go over that. They seem to be getting a lot of support from management. This person saying they keep doing their things and they're still getting support. Needy talents could go into specifics, but I'll be quick case. It was a little depressing. Victoria is looking to hit 350k by 5 years if they keep going at the pace that they're currently going at. This is if they're going at their current pace, of course. It's not if they're going at any extra paces. Even if they lost a year of progress, you can see that there's zero support structure or plan of growth of these talents. The rate of growth is very slow. We've known this, unfortunately. Honestly, the fact that we had to punch down in and of itself is disappointing. Like, Niji EN had such promising starts. Like, every single one of their talents has been good, but they just don't do support. Like, Hyakumen Tembura Salame on the GP side. She would have been a Gura killer if they had supported her. I think they would have been able to do it, but they didn't support her. They just let her do her own thing without any type of support, and that is not good for a talent. Agree with everything except Niji's management was busy putting out a fire part. They went with not my problem and let the burning fire go to the ground. You mean throwing gasoline on it? Yeah, they threw gasoline on it, so they didn't really do anything to help. Yeah, like this guy was saying that they could be busy. They could have been busy putting out the fire, but even so, even when Hololive was trying to put out fires, they still supported their talents. That's the difference. That's the thing. Niji EN is not doing this stuff. Numbers are competing with Council starting 2023. They're actually competing with Tempest and Armis. Love to see the same comparison between Tempest HQ and Illuna because they debuted at nearly the same time, which prompted the infamous Discord. Advent is another level because the community have waited 2 years for that, so their numbers climbed really fast. That could be very true. Regis Altair, 1 million subs. Axel has 364 in 5 years max time span. Maria Marionette, 475 in 5 years. Aya Amara, 342 in 5 years. Aster Arcadia, 378 in 5 years. Scarla, 404, 676. So yeah, it's just bad stuff. It's unfortunate for them. Start off with the new stuff. The new stuff that we're popping out with is, what did you guys think? This is a question about this off-collab 2 to 3 months before the disaster. I think everything was like, I'm not going to be like, oh, Lyra already hated her, or Lyra already this, Lyra already that. Lyra probably had a clue as to things not being good. There may have been some, just knowing what we know now, there may have been some things in regards to the stuff in regards to, you know, the information that we have of the clique, of the way that she was treating things, the way that she was being treated because she was being independent, she was being all this kind of stuff. We also know Enna has a little bit of stuff behind there. You know, we have Millie, who's defending, Finana, who did the thing against, you know, Zion. They probably were still trying to have fun. I'm not saying anything negative. They probably were still trying to have fun. After watching the Advent off-collab, this got recommended, and seeing this again with different feeling now. Just because of the S company, I swear, how did they become so big in Japan when they can't even manage anything properly? They pumped out VTubers like crazy to take the market share instead of improving the quality and value of those VTubers. That's why you get the scum like Vox and the clique. We got the privilege of being first. That's what a lot of people are saying. I remember a lot of people praising Illyra for stopping the others, doing pressure on Selene in that collab. But little did we know that there was possibly stuff in the background, you know? This is what confuses me to this day. There are a bunch of things that really don't line up on the Niji side of things that in my eyes make them look even worse. And it's also why the only one who I have fully written off is Vox. Taking away the outside context, that was fine. Like, the collab itself was good. If you're just talking about the collab itself, it was good. Nothing wrong. They were happy. They seemed to be really enjoying themselves, including Selene. You know, it's just, the collab itself was fine. But knowing what we know in the background, there was probably some other stuff going on. One of you will betray me. It's me, Selene. No. Is it me, Selene? No. Is it me, Selene? Is it me, Selene? Yeah. Selene was uncomfortable. Her island of comfort was to talk about games with Finana. All that stuff happening contributed to the awkwardness. Bullying was happening by this time. The video is still chilling. Yeah, it's just, we don't know. Behind the scenes, it looks like there was maybe some stuff happening. Pretending to be spicy for fan service at someone else's expense is just plain dumb. She clearly didn't want to do this, and they pressured her into this without even asking if it was okay. Because that doesn't seem to be Selene's forte, or Doki Bird not right now forte, doing that kind of, you know, baiting stuff. She's more a gamer, just chatting, having fun with her community, not getting into, like, you know, all that baiting of like Yuri stuff or any of that kind of stuff. You gotta love the memes that are happening here. Of course, a lot, you know, you have the Holo EN, the Hololive EN. Yagoo's giving them as many 3Ds as they can. Next is Holo Advent, and you know, you had the graduations, which were next for them. Graduation termination on Selene's part, but graduation on Kyo's part, and Pomu and Nina, who's the one on the very far right. It says, "Oh gods, Bibutak strong song, fully articulated 3D." That's going to be interesting. And of course, the final one, caught in 4K. You know, the everything that they're done caught in 4K. The Owl, the Phoenix gets NTR'd in WrestleTuber. Oh, yeah, because this part here, the context of it is that they came back from a break and they were, you know, they were cuddling together. They were getting a little too close to each other, so to speak. So yeah, that's what the Owl and the Phoenix, they got NTR'd in WrestleTuber, of course. The Owl likes to watch the Phoenix, maybe into it. The Owl and Phoenix love each other, so it's like sisters. So yeah, it's a nice little meme section here for you guys. A good example of a person in Hololive, in this case. Presents. This is from Holostars JP. Oh god. That's like a voodoo doll thing. Straw voodoo doll, nail and hammer. Has a nice smell though. Oh god, slippers, fish slippers. Fish slippers. 50 packs of dirt sacks? Why? Present to them, okay. I guess that's his birthday party. Aru-san. From Yagoo.
おめでとうございます。
アルランデスさん。
VTuber のプロとしての自覚が芽生えてきてるのかなというふうに感じております。自分からもメッセージを送らせていただきたいなと思っております。
Oh, he drew them! Oh my god, he drew them! It was drawn specifically from Yagoo himself.
名前入れてよ、ヤゴさん。ヤゴさん。
これからもファンの皆さんに楽しんでいただけるような。
これヤゴさん本当に。
I didn't know Yagoo can draw.
ヤゴさんこれ。
続きよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。これ本当
The
に。
drawing came true.
メッセージ込みですごい。すごいから。まあこれは確かに5人なら誰も持ってるやつ多分。スクリーン使ってる。いやだっておいなんかネタに使うのもヤゴさんの魂の言葉やぞ。
Don't you dare turn this into a joke. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. That's a good CEO, you know, supporting, because Holostars was his own personal pet project. It was a project that he wanted to continue having and pushing forward, which is absolutely amazing. You know, I love that. I love that he still supports them the way that he does. And I'm glad for Arurando-san, Arurandesu-san. I can't say his name correctly. I apologize. But yeah, I am glad that he was able to get that from Yagoo. That is all for right now. Of course, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Thank you for being here. Of course, I love having the conversations with you guys. I love having these things with you guys. And I do appreciate it whenever you guys do comment. Take a look at my description for my socials. There's a Discord, there's Twitter, there's other places that you can check me out, Twitch, etc. And also check on your screen right now, because there might be a video that you might enjoy. Thank you.